Like, where is you people at? My drink. I need a straw. Okay, so before I go ahead and start this, because I was trying to make it frozen, but me rushing, I forgot to buy ice. It's just a long story. So, hey Martina. So for our official Sip and Slurp Saturday, our drink for the night is a lemon drop martini, but I was trying to make it frozen, but it's a semi-frozen. So, cheers. Oh my gosh. I made that so good. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Polly. Oh, I am going to love this. And my schedule didn't go like it was supposed to, so I have not gotten to eat since earlier today. So we will see how the lemon drops go. We will see. It might be a hot time at the old Parker Posse Corral tonight. So how is everybody? It is Polly. This is our first official Sip and Slurp Saturday. And I took a comment from Tashana, and she said lemon drop. So I was making a lemon drop martini, but frozen. But it's a long story, so it's kind of semi-frozen, but it is good. Hi, Gloria. Because lemon drop shots are a little strong, and I kind of did a little twist on this one so it won't be so strong. Oh, it's the World Series. You know, I never know with baseball. It seems like they play all year long now. And to be honest, never really was a baseball fan. Well, heck, I don't really watch too many sports. I know football and basketball. But baseball can go on and on. They can have 3 and 4, 5 endings. I'm just like, it's about like track for me. So, has everybody had a wonderful Saturday? I hope so. Have any of you all been keeping your self-talk list? Probably not. Probably not. Hi, Deborah. Yes, it is a frozen or semi-frozen lemon drop martini. Oh yeah, you did work today, Martina. So you got time. You got tomorrow and Monday. Yeah. Hands looking a little ashy. So, are the Dodgers playing, Martina? Or is this a I don't know, is this a troll or the Dodgers are really playing? Oh, okay. So BD Bob is saying, let's go Dodgers. I don't have no dog in the fight, so I don't know who got the best team. New York Yankees. Well, Which one is it that hardly ever wins? No offense to either team, but didn't one of them have a long losing streak or something like that? Does New York have two baseball teams? I don't know. I'll have to see it when they show the highlights. Like I say, not a big baseball fan. So, yes. So, nobody's saying how was their Saturday? Dodgers and Yankees. It's okay, Martin. I don't know the names of the teams. The only ones I recognize those two because I've heard people talk about them. Other than the Red Sox and what is Georgia's team? See, I can't even think of Atlanta Braves. Oh, Ice Cube opened up for Dodgers tonight? Okay. Now, I do like watching when people sing the national anthem to see how they're going to sing it. You know, you do have those who actually sing it, then you have those that, well, people complain about how they sing it. Okay, I thought I had a topic earlier today and I should have wrote it down. I heard something and I was like, oh, you'll remember that. And of course I wouldn't. Why did I think I would? I really wouldn't. So, let's see. Something off the top of my head. Well, do any of you have a topic we want to start out with tonight? Dang it. I didn't put anything. What did I put on the community page today? Yeah, well, that shocked me. I was on my Instagram, and actually it was Niecy Nash who had put that I had no idea that underneath the 13th Amendment there was still a clause about slavery and involuntary servitude. But it's supposed to be as criminal punishment. But, you know, that's kind of a gray area. Because I'm like, who gets to decide what the criminal punishment is or what the crime is for the punishment? You know what I'm saying? So, it's still on there, and some states still have it on their state laws. But it's actually a federal law. So there are states that actually have it on their election question, like we had a penny tax for ours. And so they're going, I think it's Nevada and California is going to vote on it. But that was pretty crazy that that's still on there and people can literally get away with, I guess, you know, of course the prisons do it. That's why they can get away with having people do work and not pay them or pay them pennies on the dollar. Like, you know, 3 cents on every dollar that you make or something like that. Because of that clause underneath the 13th Amendment. I had no idea either, Deborah. But some of those jobs, Martin, they do get paid. But it's very minimal. I mean, it's like less than 15 cents, I think. For every dollar we would have made, they would make 15 cents. So that's really cheap labor. And I don't know if, hi, Peaches and Cream. You know, and I don't know if some of the prisons, because we got so many private prisons now. But you know, they used to make uniforms, license plates. I guess they got machines to do that. But there's a lot of things that the prisons used to make, which meant the prison was making money but the prisoners were not. Hi, Nikki. Thank you. Please hit the like button and thumbs up. Guys, I am really trying to get to 1,500 by 2025, but my goal is to see if we can get to 2,000. We need to move this train on. Just move it on. What am I sipping on? So tonight is our Lord, I hadn't even finished the drink. Tonight is our official first Sip and Slurp Saturday. And I made a lemon drop martini semi-frozen. It's supposed to be frozen, but I forgot the ice. Hi, Phil Hill. Thank you, Nikki. And it is so good. And I have not had any dinner, so y'all know. Martin, get ready. You know I'm going to forget everything, so I'm going to need you to go ahead and back me up on whatever I forget. Nikki, you are so pretty. I don't think I ever really look at y'all pictures on here. So, did anybody do anything exciting today? It was hot as the dickens today. I don't know what the heck is going on. The mosquitoes are out like it's, June. And my sister was like, it's probably because of the hurricanes and stuff and all the water. And then I guess the heat made them say, hey, it's not October. It's still time for us to be out. I mean, they bit me all on my forehead and stuff. I went over to the land I own because I had the landscaper out there. He cuts the grass, and we were talking about cutting down some trees and putting up a fence. And all while he's talking to me, that piece of property has so many like flying bugs or something. They look like nets, just because I'm in the country. And they had just cut, so everything was up and popping. And I was just like, okay, I've got to go because these bugs are irritating. I mean, the whole time I'm like this. And they bite me. I mean, a mosquito bit me so tough when I got to the house, it bit through my damn dress. And I had on a jean dress. Hi, Arabs. Happy Saturday to you. So yes, they are on the rampage down here. And it was 88 freaking degrees. I went to go vote. I'm sweating up a storm in there. Then it's allergy season for me. So my nose is running. My eyes are running. I'm sweating. I look like I was on drugs or something. It was just crazy. I was so agitated from all that because it's been cool here. So, yeah, I was running a little late because I had to come home and take a shower and do something with myself. And then they got me behind because my plan was to make up the drink, let it chill, and then all I had to do was pour it in the glass when I started the live. Well, I must have been smelling real good, Martina. Yeah, it's already getting dark because I went to the grocery store to get lemons and stuff, and when I came out, I'm trying to think, was it 7 o'clock? It wasn't even 7 o'clock, and it was already dark. Oh, you went to a haunted farm last night. How was that? Y'all know I'm a scary person, so I've probably been the one sitting there holding the warm pie. Thank you. It's to go with our signature drink tonight, lemon drop martini. So I thought if I wore yellow, that might be too springy and summery, so I did a gold, a winter yellow. 40 degrees. You're going back to the psych hospital and work? Where do you work now? Hey, girl, I tip my hat to you doing that. Hey, Sandy and Chris, is it both of you or just one of you? Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, see, that right there, 5 different haunted houses and a haunted corn maze. Nope, nope. I've been sitting there holding the warm pie. Well, I probably wouldn't even have gone. Because these are walk-through haunted houses, right? See, I've been and killed myself or had a heart attack. High life with me, Lee. I can't even imagine walking through a haunted house. They have one here that is like, they've been doing it for years, and the thing just gets bigger and scarier, and they work all year long for this year, for this month to have this haunted house and all that. And you got people out there passing out and, all this mess from a haunted house. I'm not doing it. And then they have the people to come out and say, mm-mm. And I can't even run fast no more, so I've been and killed myself. They had a special on Netflix where they used 2 of the people that played on Bill Cosby show. The one that played the daughter and one that played, I think he was a son-in-law. And they actually got married. But they did a little series on Netflix last year, and they had contestants come, and you had to go through this haunted house, but you did it in pairs. There would be 2 people, and that was your team. Oh my goodness. It always would be one person that would kind of be the bold one, and then the other one was just standing there screaming. And see, the thing was, the way you lost going through the haunted house was they counted how many times you screamed. It was crazy because, see, we would have lost straight out the door. I'd have been screaming all the way through. No, these are like haunted houses. Okay, you're talking about real haunted houses. We're talking about like haunted houses they do for Halloween here. Oh, gosh. No, it's not, Nikki. And then you're doing that for patients with mental health issues? Girl, I hope they're paying you good. Polly, you would not see me go through. You would not see Miss Fluffy rolling or falling all over the haunted house. No, we ain't doing that. Mm-mm. I'm not even going to watch haunted house on the TV, so I'm not doing a walkthrough. Well, I commend you for going back, Nikki. And even as a counselor, I didn't want to work in our state mental hospital. Mm-mm. Oh, that reminded you that you need to finish your son's Halloween costume? Okay. I'm going to send you to the doghouse just for that. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time, Paulie. I mean, I like Halloween. What day is Halloween on this year? What is the day? What day is Halloween on, y'all? I know it's next week, so it must be, what, Thursday, Wednesday, or Thursday? Thursday? I was playing with StreamYard earlier. It would be neat if we did a dress up. Now, the part of Halloween I like is actually dressing up. I always love to dress up for Halloween. What's wrong with you? The guard dog is alerted. What's going on? So, look at your face, it's so dirty. I'm not even going to let you come on tonight. Alright, bye. You want to do all that barking? Bye. You're making me miss the... They gave you a doctor's appointment on Halloween? No, I'm not wearing no pants. It's a dress. Very good, Nikki. Maybe that's what you're supposed to be doing. You hear Parker, right? Okay, I'm gonna let you or Sandy do that, Chris, because I'm not dressing up as her. See, Martin already cutting up. See, as soon as Chris and Sandy come into the chat, you just what, Martin? You just lose it. What? She was looking for you the other night, and let me apologize, Chris, because I had turned on my do not disturb, but apparently the person that was calling me, if they call multiple times, they can get through, and they did this. I had to do 3 lives. Well, being Donisha is not the same as dressing up, Paulie. I mean, it is dressing up, but not dressing up like I think of dressing up. Yeah, Parker on guard. I don't know. I think, I don't know if there's a stray dog, and I don't think I moved my chairs, or either it's my neighbor's dog, but, somebody's been coming in our yard because he can smell it when we go out there. I know my neighbor got another cat. So I don't know if it's a cat, and they do have a dog. So, no, he's running around the house because there's something is moving around outside. Parker has his Halloween sweater from Tashana. That's his dress up. But he's wearing it every morning anyway because it's cool here in the morning time. Oh, okay. You wonder what happened to you. And this is a nightly thing for Parker. I don't know. He does this every night. And if I'm asleep, he's scaring the heck out of me with the barking. Parker! Can you tone it down? Can you tone it down? Thank you. Okay, don't knock the camera. I mean, yeah, move. Thank you. He can come up there and protect your house there, Arabs. I'll ship him up there. Put him on a train. And Martha. Oh, for those who got in late, this is our first official Sip and Slurp Saturday. And I took the idea that Tashana had, and I was making, instead of a lemon drop shots, I made lemon drop tequila. I mean, Lord, lemon drop martini. And it was supposed to be frozen, but it was semi-frozen, and now it's melting. But Paula, you know what? I'm gonna send your ass to the doghouse. You over here talking about some ghosts and stuff. You're just trying to make it scary. Y'all not funny at all. Hey, Tashana. I did the lemon drop. And this is so good. I bought Kettle One vodka lemon flavor. But I think it would taste better. I bought Cheetos too, but I think the Cheetos is going to taste better. I said the second one I would make with Cheetos. Oh, well, yeah. But you can have lemon drops with eggs and, you know, whatever your breakfast is. It's Saturday. What is it? Sunday there. Yeah, you can have it with breakfast. Who is baby lady, Arabs? It really is good, Tashana. And I even wore like a gold dress to go with the lemon drop drink. This is my first time drinking Kettle One. I never had it before. It's okay. It's not as good as Tito's. I'm sorry. It's all right. Oh, you're baby lady. Okay, baby lady. She's your baby lady. All right. Now, when I looked up the recipe for this, that was one of the vodkas that they recommended. But there was so many people in the liquor store because it was getting close to closing time, and I didn't feel like looking for it. I was gonna get and I know I'm pronouncing this wrong. It's the orange liqueur. It starts with a C, not contra something. Y'all know what I'm talking about? CON. I want to say TREIU or something like that. Parker. Bye bye. Yeah. That stuff is. Now, I bought it a long time. I bought it during COVID. I don't know what I was making. Come here. And, don't get mad at me. And, it's Contro. Okay. So I went tonight, well, this evening, to get it because they were saying that you should, that you should use that because it's better than triple sec. A bottle this big was $20. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna use the triple sec. Nikki, you do know that it's Saturday, right? Yeah. But they say that one's better than triple sec. I got the triple sec because I was not paying that much for that. I knew Martin would know. And I'm not even a cognac fan. I could have just got some Grand Marnier. Oh, you all right, Nikki? Nikki must be working too hard. Okay, so my worst date. That could be our topic tonight. Everybody can put in their worst date. Did I tell you guys about the guy that wore the Scream mask? You know the movie Scream? The white ghostly thing? Did I tell you about that? She probably is Arab. You know she gotta watch us to get ideals. Hey, fan man. That's what happened when you work too hard, Nikki. You forget what day it is. Okay. So, was that my worst date? Well, oh, why is she always copying my stuff? I mean, come on. All I'm doing is a question. I just have a topic that we talk about. Okay, so these two worst. I'm trying to think were those the two worst dates. Oh, I can think. Wow, now I can think of a whole bunch of them, but I'm gonna tell you about these two because they're kind of along the same line. So, remember when I went to Hawaii and I said I went with my aunt and one of her best friends, and then I went with a really close friend of mine. Well, I call her young lady because she's younger than me. She is actually, or was, but still considered, my aunt was married to her brother. So even though they're divorced now, we still consider each other family. So I guess she would have been sort of like, I don't know, cousin? I don't even know what it would be called since my aunt was married to her brother. That was my uncle. I guess that was my cousin or something like that. I don't know. No, I guess she would have been my aunt through marriage. All right. And so I had went into the military because she was like, let me say, 3 or 4 years younger than me, because I had went into the military. She was still in high school when I went in, and I came. My aunt and everybody lived in Detroit, Michigan, and then they moved to the outskirts of Detroit, and she lived in Pontiac. So I came in. I think it was after I had been in the military, maybe about a year. I came home on leave. Well, you have a sip, Nikki. You deserve it. So she was so excited. She wanted me to meet her new boyfriend that she was dating. They've actually been married now 32 years, but that's a whole nother story. So I'm like, okay, this is my friend, because we hung out so much when I used to go up there and stay for the summer. This story, and I know I'm breaking it up, but it's kind of long in its own way, because I actually went into the military from Michigan, and that's how me and Pam ended up spending so much time together, because I was living up there. So anyway, I came home on leave, and so she wanted me to meet her boyfriend, so I was like, sure. So she was like, he has a brother. I want you to meet his brother. Well, I didn't want to meet the brother, but she said, please. And I was like, okay. You know how when your friends want you to do something, and I'm like, you owe me, all right? And I think she brought up a time that I probably had her hooked up with one of my friends, and I owed her one already. Whatever it was, I did it. So they came from Pontiac, picked me up, and we went back to Pontiac. I don't know what we did prior. I don't know if we went out to eat or something like that. But anyway, she wanted to spend time with her man. So they dropped me off at the brother's apartment for me to hang out with him. Well, I had already decided he was not my type. But I was like, okay, I'll hang out with him so she can spend time with her man. I know it was. They picked me up, and I was spending the weekend in Pontiac with her. So now they leave. Now this is before cell phones and all that stuff. It was a payphone, or they had to have a phone where they lived at. It wasn't all this, let me get my cell phone and call somebody. That was non-existent. So we get up to his apartment, and we're talking. I'm being polite. I'm just hanging out or whatever. I'm sure we had been drinking something, not a whole lot, but a little something. So he was like, I need to go to the restroom. I'm like, okay. So he goes in the bathroom. When he comes out, he has on one of those freaking scream masks. The white one with the face looking like it's a ghost, but, all jacked up or whatever. And I'm sitting there like, what the? Now, y'all already know I'm scary. So now, I'm in this man's apartment. It's a studio, and he done came out the bathroom with a damn screen vest on, and this is my first time meeting him. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, hell no, we not doing this. I don't know what kind of freaking dinky stuff he was thinking about, and I was like, nope, we're not doing it. So I was like, I promptly used his phone, and I called my friend. I was like, Pam, you better get your ass over here and come pick me up right now. And I left and went downstairs and sat on the curb, because I was not going to stay in that one bedroom studio with him with a damn mask on. Who does that? You don't even know the person, and you do some crazy shit like that. Martin, what you mean you put an ad? You placed an ad. Tashana, that's what I said. And let's fast forward 30-something years later. He done been to prison. He was beating up his wife. I was just like, can I not see crazy even in my 20s? Girl, Martin, I don't know if I would have did the newspaper back then, but hell, we doing the internet now. So, second crazy one. I'm going to preface this. By now, you guys know that I'm kind of a boisterous, maybe loud, very opinionated type person, right? So in my 20s, I had the boom bam boom shape then, and I was a pretty woman. I mean, I think I'm attractive now, but I was, yeah, I could stop some cars and people at that point. So I was the type of woman that I wasn't very nice to guys, and when I say that, I used them for my benefit. So I had what you would call do boys. I don't know if y'all ever heard that term, do boy. And so I had the guys that I went out with that I might have been intimate with because of their abilities. And then I had the do boy who you never slept with, but they did stuff for you. Like they would take you shopping, take you out to eat, buy you stuff. The sex guys don't always buy stuff, but that's what they're good at. The do boys that buy you everything, but they're usually kind of nerdy and they're not the ones you're usually attracted to. I know. Was I right about it? No. I've gotten paid back. Okay? I've gotten paid back for all the foolishness I did. So, I was at the club one night, and on a military basis, they used to have all-night disco. And so it would be like, disco started 8 o'clock at night. It would go to about 3 or 4 in the morning. Sometimes they served breakfast. If not, they had, the kitchen open for other food. Now see, see, Polly, I wasn't in leather, but I did have a whip. So, I met this guy. Apparently, I must have found him attractive. I don't even really remember what he looked like. That's a damn shame. I'm seeing this on YouTube. Okay, now it's out here. I really don't remember all his, attributes, but he must have been fine or something. Anyway, we get back to my room, because I was living in the dorm then, and we done chit-chatted, we done been drinking, and at all-night discos, you consume a lot of alcohol in the military. So I'm about to toe up, he about to toe up. We get back to the room. Now, this guy acted normal all while we were in the club, dancing, drinking, having a good time. That's why I said it was okay for you to come back to my room. But also I knew I lived in a dorm, so if I started screaming or something like that, there was a multitude of guys that lived there because there was very few female. I think we only had like 4 female rooms, and everybody else were males. So at this time we had co-ed. So we get in there, we're chit-chatting, and he starts to tell me that the reason why he came back to the room with me was because he was from another planet, and he was sent to Arizona to be with earthly women to find out our ways. Now, I was messed up when I got to my dorm, but when he started talking that crazy shit, that ended real soon, because I'm sitting there looking like, what the hell I done brought in my room? You sitting here telling me that you from another planet and all this stuff like that. Wasn't that kosher? But if I have to tell the whole truth on this, even though he thought he was from another planet, I still had sex with him. I was horrible. I was a horrible woman in my 20s. I really was. I don't know why any man would ever think of me as marriage material or girlfriend material, because I was not. You're right, Tashana. Got tagged by an alien. I don't know. Hopefully I was a good case study. Polly, I don't know. I did what I was going to do. I politely told him to get on out my room. And, yeah, I don't know if that was the last time I seen him or not. Like I said, I I was just living my life, and I pretty much trying to live my life like I was a male versus a female. So I did what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, and if I ain't ever see you no more, I was okay with it. I know women are not supposed to say that, but yeah, I was okay with it. And then you gotta understand, I was military, so I might meet you today, and next month I got orders to leave somewhere. So you didn't always make sure you got attached to people. I mean, you like people and you enjoy spending time with them, but you knew at some point one of y'all were gonna leave. So you know, it was kind of a transient type of relationship you had with people, unless you decided you was in love and y'all got married or something. But I had big fun. I can tell you that. I had big fun. Tashana, me and you probably would have been horrible together. Horrible. We wouldn't have been no good for each other because we would have kept each other in trouble. I usually always had like that one friend that was the quiet friend that wasn't going to do anything wild, and they would be the voice of reason. And then I was going to be the wild child that was always thinking of things we could do to get in trouble. I didn't become the voice of reason until many, many years later. Many, 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 many years later. But I think that's what your 20s and 30s are for. I mean, have fun, live life, do what, you know, and it's not about the sex part, but I'm just saying, have fun, live life, meet people, have experiences. Because, you know, as time goes on, that body may not hold up as good as it was back then. That's why I didn't understand when I was trying to get my son. He went into the guard, but I wanted him to go active duty because I'm like, the experiences that you get is one that you'll never get again. Sort of like if you go to college. For those who went to college and stayed in the dorms, that's an experience that you have that you'll never get again. I went to college, but I never stayed in the dorms. You know, so, but my son did, so that's an experience he had. I stayed in the military dorms, you know, so, but yeah. Tashana, me and you both. I never wanted. Oh, Eric's is going to see Paulie? Oh, you mean tonight on his channel? Yeah, I tell you what, life is interesting. It really is. When you look at, especially when you go from your 20s to where you are now, we've all done a lot. Oh my gosh, you know, I hate that the military has changed in a lot of ways because when my son went in, there's so many, and I'm sure we had it back then, but it's just crazy now how these young people are just hurting each other, even in the military. But when I was in every place I went, because I was Air Force, like when I went to tech school, it was like 33 guys to one female. So we always had more guys than females. Oh my gosh, you used to could have a date every night of the week if you wanted. But you know what? When you think about it, you just get tired of men. You just get tired of them. And when I went to Germany, it was twice as many. I was like Deborah. I would be sitting in my dorm room and they would be knocking on the door wanting me to go to dinner or something, and I would be sitting there like, I don't even want to go out tonight. I don't have that problem now, but back in the day. Can we talk about neck? I have a few questions. Oh, Circus Wheels got a new one out? I didn't see it. What is your question, Arabs? Because somebody in the chat may have to answer it because I haven't watched her really. So, what's your question? We always have a segment to talk about McNasty. We don't want her to think that we forgot about her, so we always use a little part of the live to talk about her. So, what is your question? The last thing I saw was the Goodwill stuff. So, what did Circus Wheels do the short on? Hello? I don't see nothing. Somebody wants to know about voting, and she jumped on the God train. What was the two thing? I mean, help me out here. She didn't want to talk about voting, or she used God as a way to say we should or should not vote. She did not paint the shoe rack orange. Okay. I thought her colors was black and white and gold. Really, Chris? I had no idea. Where did orange get into the color scheme? What you think her motive at Charlene's house is? How do you feel about her preaching? Okay. Why she get on people's nerves so so irritable? Why would she get mad about voting? Because she knows nothing about it? Okay. So, what do you think her motives are as Charlene's? To live for free, have them help her build her van out, had her help pay for her van, and then I'm not sure how long she wants to stay there because you can tell when she starts getting antsy because she's not used to staying in one place for a long, long period of time. But see, she hadn't fulfilled her goals yet. So it's kind of hindering her. So I'm thinking she's going to leave after that. How do I feel about her preaching? She don't preach. She just rants. Why does she get on people's nerves? Because she's a liar and a manipulator and a cheater and I mean the list goes on and on. I'm not sure how long she's gonna stay because my thing is, I think in her mind she figured by now her van probably would have been built out or almost finished. But Charlene has done a little tricky trick on her. I'm gonna have to see that. Um, because Charlene is not really helping her build out that van like she thought. It's taking longer than she thought. She called somebody stupid. How is that a stupid question? Oh, goof. How is that a stupid question? I don't understand that. I mean, I showed you guys that I went and voted early today. I mean, it's stupid of her to sit in the damn desert and choose not to vote. She's so ignorant. But even if she chose not to vote, that's her choice. But it's not stupid for somebody else to question and say, hey, are you voting? I mean, we're in election season. Everybody is saying, talking about voting. Anytime somebody questions her about something she doesn't know anything about, then that's when she wants to throw it back on them and make them feel like they're wrong for even saying something to her about it. I noticed that she does that. Anytime somebody wants to talk to her about something she don't want to talk about, something she don't know about, that's when she try to say that other people are stupid. Mm-hmm. Well, it's rude for your old ass to be laid up at another old woman's house, living off of her for free. She don't know nothing about it. That's why she couldn't talk about it. And she don't know nothing about God, so I don't even know why she talks about God. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? She be saying a lot of things, Arabs, and then she'll turn around and do it. See, that's what she upset about. She really thought that dang on van was going to be finished so that she could be on Bob Wells. She probably had already given them a date as to when she was going to be displaying her brand new van. But because it hasn't gotten built out and it's taken longer, you can tell when she started getting antsy. She started spending money and doing stupid shit. Like, what happened to exercising? How long that lasted? You know what, Arabs? I bet you she is not even registered. Because where did she stay long enough? Even when she was in Texas, she was thinking about herself. She ain't thinking about voting. I mean, let's remember all the stuff she said about the whole slavery thing in the United States and what she said about the LGBTQ community. Yeah. 4 days of exercising. Yeah, you're right, Peaches. She wasn't exercising. She was just pretending. Well, the weight loss journey went along with the celibate journey and the being on BLM, whatever it is, land, and, building out a van and everything else she does. Cause she crazy as hell, y'all. Wait a minute. She cooks spring rolls and bacon grease? I know I have not been watching her. Who cooks damn spring rolls and bacon grease? Bacon grease is not for everything. Oh my goodness. And she spent all that money on exercise equipment. She just wastes people money. I mean, I was just through with the whole going to Goodwill every Monday and having a closet, a bed, chairs, a dresser, all of it with secondhand clothes that you ain't washed. She probably got bed bugs in the bed. She probably done brought bed bugs all up in Charlene's house. Shrimp and bacon grease. Well, bacon grease must be at the top of the food chain for her. I have never heard of using bacon grease for all that. And what is wrong with Charlene? You are not gonna be in my damn kitchen cooking up no damn egg rolls in bacon grease or no shrimp in no bacon grease. Hell, you ain't gonna be cooking that much damn bacon to have that much grease. Oh, her clothes are disposable. They really, really are. But the funny thing is, she don't dispose of them. She bought all that shit to say that she was gonna wear to fix up her van, and then she was in the van with some shirt on that had paint all on it and all this stuff. You know I can go on and on about her Arabs. Well, yeah, unless she said, but she's been in Nevada. I don't know how long you have to be in Nevada to be say that you're a resident. She could use Charlene's address. You know what, Polly? That's why you gonna walk outside that tent, and McNasty gonna be out there with a damn jar of bacon grease and her maid outfit, and she coming to hang out with you and Annabelle. You gonna look up, she be in there cooking up some, cooking you and Annabelle up some stuff with that bacon grease and cleaning out the tent. I don't understand her obsession with things that cost $1. Just because it's $1 does not mean you need to buy it. Oh yeah, you probably would crap from all that damn bacon grease, Polly. Janice, she's nasty. You must have came out the bushes just to say something, Janice. How are you tonight? You know what? I thought it was gonna be a sexy maid outfit. I'm trying to figure out where she got that 1920s or 1820s damn maid outfit from. I bet you what. Why should have a drink? Why don't you have a drink, y'all? What? What are you talk? What is that, Arabs? I don't even know what you're talking about. I can't even pronounce it. Milsotasket. I'm not even gonna mess it up. What is that? All right, y'all. Talk amongst yourselves while I whip me up another lemon drop. Well, you know what? I am jealous. I really am. But I'm not even going to have her as my house guest because I'm such a loving and giving person. I'm going to send her to New York to be with Polly. I don't want him and Annabelle to be lonely. Oh. Arabs, you're a mess. Well, we know she didn't. If she didn't eat it, she definitely killed the other dog. That's for sure. Thank you, Arabs. Well, we only got 34 thumbs up. What's wrong with y'all? Sorry. It takes a little bit longer to make a lemon drop than a glass of wine. But it is rather tasty. And I'm sure I'm going to be very intoxicated because it doesn't taste like alcohol is even in there. So, Keto One. I guess it is a little bit smoother than Tito's because you really can't taste the vodka flavor, really. Oh, don't say tasty. You know what? I didn't know she did that. Well, I have seen. I thought in the beginning she was just doing that because she cooked. So she was trying to be nice, like, I'm going to fix your plate because I want to see how you like my food. I think it's weirder that Charlene eats the food. That's what I think is weird. Because she is one nasty-ass woman, and I would not eat anything behind her. Read the chat. What y'all said? Lord, I'm going to have to go up here. Let's see. That's what I was thinking, an old slave assistant outfit. Oh, well, thank you, Martina. Okay, Tashana, I like that. The Django outfit. She definitely is a house servant on the homestead. But yeah, have y'all noticed that since she got there, Charlene is always sick? There's always something going on with her? Why is that? I still say she's trying to kill that woman off. I mean, crazier things have been done. Look at the state of affairs of this world. I would not put it past her to be trying to, I'm telling you, Charlene will be gone and she'll be over there living in the house and the family gonna have hell to pay to get her off the homestead. I mean, we have all seen those documentaries where, what's that one? It was a rich lady. She was off the chain. She was sleeping with the gardener and all this stuff, but she had a lot of money. And she had this one guy, because she was so difficult with people, nobody really wanted to stay as her assistant. And she had this one guy who stayed. And he put up with all her bullshit and all that. And she was an alcoholic. What is her name? I want to say she's from New York. But she was an alcoholic. But in the end, he killed her. I think because she got on his damn nerves, but it was for the money. Oh, she needed her home shed. What damn tools? Isn't it funny how she built out a van, but with this van bill, she had no tools. She had to use Charlene's. How is that possible? Even when she lived in the shed, we never saw her with no power saw or no all the shit that she been using at Charlene's house. I never saw that. I saw a screwdriver, some nails, some spray paint. Did she have a handsaw? Yeah, people do that all the time, Martina. That's what I said, Polly. I don't think she ever liked living in a van. I think she did the van thing to make money. And if you notice this past summer when she was riding around Texas, she was having a difficult time living in that van, and she hot-tailed her ass back to Charlene's house because she had stayed in Charlene's house from what? Last September to after the New Year, and then she went back to Texas and couldn't deal with being in the van, and then she brought her ass back to Charlene's. I think she wants I think she wants what Charlene got. We all know that, Peaches, but as far as she's concerned, she built out her van by herself. So why you ain't got no power tools? I hope she is not killing that lady. But you know what? The shit I done seen in the last, what, since 2019? First of all, Paulie, I look at it like this. A lot of these people that do their own van bill have knowledge about doing a van bill, or they have knowledge about being a carpenter or things like that. She don't. She has knowledge about spray paint. Now, if you give her something already built, she can paint it. She can put down a floor. She can spray paint something. That's what she can do, just like the tiny home. She didn't have to build nothing for that. She spray painted everything, even the damn stove. Would you remember when that shit caught on fire from the spray paint? Oh my gosh, I was rolling. I thought I was going to pee on myself that day. I do have to say, she was much more entertaining when she was in Pahrump. I used to could get a laugh every day. Now, well, hi to Princess Diva. Now she's just boring to me. I was sitting there looking at her and I'm like, who the hell is watching her lives? Oh, she did try to cry. Did y'all see the one where she was sitting in the bedroom and she was like, she was so sad. No, she was in the van. And she was so sad and depressed and she don't know why she wanted to cry and why she was sad. I was like, here we go. Here we go. That's when you know that she's over the edge. When she started that crying shit. I am doing well, Princess Diva M. How are you? How was your Saturday? I just want her to go to the BLM land and cut the food like she used to. She went driving out there talking about, she is such a liar. When she went to go check her mail, she drove out there and it was open space. There was hardly anybody out there. And she was like, oh, I could stay at that spot right there, or I could stay there. Have you seen her ass go out there and stay in the desert? No. Oh, grocery shopping? Yeah. I hate to say it, since COVID, I have gotten real lazy. Today I went in the grocery store, but to be honest, most of the time Instacart does my shopping. She's not going camping because she don't like doing that shit. She only did it to make money. And now that she got Charlene, see the thing is, she done got real lazy living at Charlene's. Charlene compensates for all that money that she used to beg for. You know that she don't beg as much. She ain't got to. Charlene paying for everything. No, I cook. I usually just let them grocery shop for me. I hate shopping now. I went in there tonight, and that's unusual for me. I went to produce to get my lemon. I got some water. I'm trying to think, what else did I got? Get. I think that's the only two places I hit. Produce and the water aisle. Yep, Polly, I'm with you with that one. I mean, come on. When you're a con, I mean, what is she paying for, y'all? She don't drive Treasure anymore. That's the first time I seen her drive Treasure, when she went to go check her mail and she didn't really have no mail. But otherwise, you don't see her, so there's no gas. She probably ain't got no insurance on it. There's no insurance on the new van. She claims she's paying rent at the tiny tin can, but I'm wondering if she still got it. I don't know. It seemed to be quite suspicious about that place in Pahrump. And she always claims that she's paid up. Well, she probably could pay up, considering that she ain't staying there or using no electricity. So, let's say, even if she's paying insurance on the van, that and her phone is all she's paying for. Yeah, I've gotten lazy. I get some that don't do good, but for the most part, I leave pretty good notes. I haven't seen her drive Big Bird since she really got it there and parked it. She drove it a couple of times, but since she called herself doing a van deal, it don't move. What the hell she gonna send me cooking a turkey for? I know how to cook a turkey. Welcome. Well, we got some new subscribers. Let me say that. Welcome to the new subscribers. Thank you so much for deciding that you want to hang out over here with us with the Parker Posse. Parker is doing his norm, sleeping. No, I didn't mean to wake you up. Go on back. I was just calling your. I wasn't calling your name for that. But we are called Parker Posse because of my Yorkie Parker. Oh, turkey the neck way with liver stuffing. You know what, Martina? You gonna go to the doghouse. You beating Chris to the doghouse tonight. Wow. You are beating Chris to the doghouse. What are you thanking everybody for, Eris? All I know is ma'am is crazy. That I do know. Oh. Yeah, we made it. We hadn't made it to 1,300 yet, but we're at somewhere between 288, 291. It depends. It fluctuates because I realized that this month, and let me apologize to all you guys, but you all do know that I suffer with seasonal depression. And October is probably one of my worst months. So this month I realized that I have not really made videos. I have not come on. I have not done lives like I usually do. You know, because I try to do a video every day, even if it's a short one, just coming on in the morning, you know, doing prayer or talking about something real quick. So forgive me. But on the flip side, I want to say thank you all, because I've done more in the month of October with you all than I've done with anybody in the past years. So, oh, Arabs, you would love this. Hi, Giselle. So I thank you all, and you may not know it, but you have been my support system through the month of October. So thank you. Cheers. Maybe it's a thing with Deborah's, huh? Thank you, Tashana. This was a good suggestion. I am thoroughly enjoying it. I wish I would do a recipe box for her dishes. Eric, you not drinking nothing tonight? And I'm going to need y'all to get a drink by next Saturday. We can't have a sip and slurp, and I'm the only one sipping and slurping. For those who do drink. Tashana, you normally be having a martini with me. What's up? Yeah, but this month has been a kind of, a hit and a miss with me. And I apologize, but you guys have gotten me over the hump, and we're going into a new month. And happy birthday to all the Scorpios. Yeah, this is Scorpio season. My son is a Scorpitarius. He's born on the cusp, so he's a Scorpio and a Sagittarius. You said cheers. I like bland red wine. If you drink it, I am. Yeah, you are, Martin. You probably got a lot of money. Yeah. And did you notice? Oh, okay. Thank you, Tashana. Did you notice that when wintertime comes in, don't it seem like all your light bulbs go out? You got to keep me in line, Polly? You do that. Oh, Phil Hill, that's fine. There you go. You got a Chick-fil-A lemonade. And please, for those who don't drink, that is perfectly fine. I mean, I'm not trying to change anybody. Oh, Deborah, you're younger than me. My son, and I shouldn't say my baby, my only child, he will be 31 November 22nd. And it sucks for him because it's like almost every other year his birthday is on Thanksgiving, which means that, we cook so much dessert. Nobody wants a birthday cake. So he really hates that. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Oh, I sure will, Arabs. We need to talk anyway. I felt the other night I was looking at your stuff, and I was like, I have not talked to her in so long. I don't know what happened. But yes, happy early birthday, Deborah. But I'm going to try to remember that. On the 19th is your birthday. We could do a birthday toast. But I was telling my son the other day, I'm like, man, you turning 31. You're a grown-ass man now. You're 31. I was pregnant with you at 31 and had you at 31. So, yeah. Which is interesting because I was a person, growing up, the whole thing was don't get pregnant, don't get pregnant. And I'm saying to myself, I don't even want to get pregnant. So I don't know why they keep telling us don't get pregnant, or at least telling me don't get pregnant. And it seemed like a lot of the girls I was in school with got pregnant by the time we were seniors. And back then, the guy still married you, when you got pregnant. So there was a lot of high school sweethearts who ended up getting married. And you know what? All the ones that I knew that got married, all but one, are divorced now. Because they got married way too young. Hey, that's my sister, Black Fuego. Yeah, I'm in my glass, ma'am. And the sad thing is that our parents at that time felt like you should get married just because the person was pregnant. Pretty much a shotgun wedding. And it really, they did not live really great marriages. You know, it was a lot of people messing around or hurting somebody else's feelings. The children had to deal with it and all that. Ma'am, don't start with me. I know how to say your real name. How about that? You know me and the liquors. Who is wife? Who are you saying hi to, wife? There's somebody with wife in their name? You know, and so I'm kind of glad they got away from that. So I was trying to make sure I didn't get pregnant, and I definitely wouldn't have wanted to marry anybody that somebody got pregnant by, but my stepfather was, oh my gosh. Man, his word to us, oh, trucker's wife. Okay. I'm sorry, you got so many names. You baby something, and now you wife. I'm just like... My stepdad used to tell us, if you get pregnant, your ass is going to be on the curb. And I believed him. And all I could envision was me with a big old belly sitting on the curb and everybody walking by laughing at me. So that wasn't going to happen. At all. Matter of fact, when I did get pregnant, they didn't believe me. I remember telling my sister, the one that's in the chat, and a good friend of ours, Jerome, and we were drinking one night in my apartment, and I was like, what y'all think if I said I was pregnant? And oh, they just fell out. They thought that was the funniest thing for me to say that I was pregnant. Girl, let me tell you something. That was all I could handle was one. I don't know, and let me say this. For all the women who had more than one child, I bow down to you. I got friends that had 5 and 6. I don't know how they did it. I was crazy enough with the one. To have more, I think now I probably should have had at least one more. Now that I've gotten older, at least I have a 50-50 chance somebody might take care of me. But when you only have one, and my son is so spoiled, my sister tell you, he is purity rotten. Rotten. He gonna get mad if he see this, but he is. He is rotten. I have spoiled him ridiculously. I thought about, you know what, that's so funny you say that. Because I was saying to him the other day, what would he do if Mars was a twin? And he thought that it would be so easy. Girl, you know I probably been lost my mind if I had 2 of him. Ooh wee. I don't think I could have did 2. It was hard enough for me to do 1. And it wasn't necessarily being the mother part. It is difficult when you're a single parent and you're trying to work because your children get sick. That means you're the only one that can take off. Then your job, see back then, jobs got mad when you took off. It was always a toss-up of, am I going to have a job or do I take care of my child? Are they going to let me, take the time off? Or, it was just crazy with that. Trying to find a good babysitter that your child was going to be safe with was another issue. Having enough money to pay for daycare or a babysitter, I mean, it was just always something. And it wasn't necessarily the mothering part, it was all the other stuff that you had to do, especially when you're a single parent mom. Now, if you have somebody that's helping you, of course, it's a lot easier, but I didn't have that. Well, I guess part of the time I did have that because I did have my sister. We lived together. So yeah, I did have that part of the time. And seeing that my son just loved his TT. Oh my goodness. He let her be Beauty from, yes, I'm saying this, I'm saying it. He used to play Beauty and the Beast because I didn't have cable, so the only thing he could watch was Disney movies. And he loved Beauty and the Beast. And he would go knock on her bedroom door and act like he was the Beast and she was Beauty. I didn't understand that. I'm his mama. I was right there. How come I didn't get to be Beauty? And yes, I am saying this. I am still hurt behind that. Why I didn't get to be Beauty? Okay, let me get, okay. Alright, I've gotten past that moment. Yes. Just like when he gave his, it was coming up on, I think it was Valentine's Day. And you know how your kids make Valentine cards for you? Well, that year, I think he was in 6th grade, he gave the girl across the street the Valentine's Day card, and I did not even get one. I was just like, oh, what? You gave the little girl across the street the Valentine's Day card? You know, that's why they had to make it illegal, Martin, for them to find out or to even ask you if you were pregnant because they didn't want to hire women. And they did that for many, many years. Because I remember I was pregnant and I was working at the Olive Garden as a pasta maker. That was back in the day when they still made their own pasta. I was a pasta maker and I knew I was pregnant and I needed to make more money. So I had went down the street and started working at another restaurant as a hostess. But I didn't tell them I was pregnant because I wasn't showing yet. And they were so shocked when I started showing. But I was like, they couldn't ask me the question and I wasn't going to tell them because I knew they were not going to hire me. And I don't think that's fair. And I'm sure even now, they won't say it, but they find different ways not to hire you. Because I guarantee you, if a woman goes to an interview pregnant, she ain't going to get the job. She is not going to get the job. Yes, our children are spoiled rotten. I told my son he could not have survived my childhood because he thought that I was mean. I'm like, boy. They could not have survived our childhood. They have no clue of what it meant to have one of them parents from back in the day. Because they think it's child abuse now. But you know what? So she texts you a list of what she wants when you get home after you've been on the road. You and Charlie been on the road all this time. And instead of her saying, Mom, what would you like for me to cook for you and Charlie? She got a list of what she wants. Oh, by the way, tell Charlie we said hey. You know, our children are a hot butt mess. Like I tell my son. I was like, I'm getting older. You do realize that your mama is getting older. That she is not promised to be here forever. I think in his mind, I'm still 30. I'm still that superwoman that did everything. But I am not. And guess what? She don't even want to do that stuff no more. When I look back to when I was married, and no offense, I don't know if I will ever get married again, but if I do, I want a husband that understands I do not want to cook every day. I don't want to clean every day. I don't want having I don't want to be the traditional housewife that is what I think about all day. Cooking and cleaning and taking care of the home. Because we don't have no, excuse me, we wouldn't have any small children because the shop is closed for making babies. I want to do other stuff. I'm just like, and what would she tell you, Tashana? But okay, and you're as a woman, you knew that she needed the job to help take care of the baby that she was pregnant with. And unfortunately, we're the ones that have the children. And I tell people, I had women of other persuasions who were so shocked. I had my son November 22nd. And normally women get 6 weeks off. I was back working in 2 weeks. I was back working in 2 weeks because of the fact that there was nobody to take care of me or him. And if I didn't work, I didn't eat. He didn't get, milk, diapers, and all the stuff that he needed. I was training for a job at the post office, and I was working at Kroger's as a cashier overnight. So I would go downtown, train for the post office job for, I think it was like 2 or 3 hours, and then I would go and work my overnight job. And the post office training, they did not pay you. So that was all on my ticket. Me driving downtown, the gas, my time, and all that. Well, she probably didn't tell you because she probably figured you guys wouldn't hire her. And I hate to say it, it's probably true. You probably would not have hired her if you knew she was pregnant. Would you? You wouldn't say it was because she was pregnant, but you would have used something else because that's what they do. I'm just at the age. Now, let me say this. If you have children at home and you're married, I think that, however you guys divvy up the responsibilities or whatever, I think you should still be a wife and a mom and cook and clean and do all that stuff. I am 62. I have no small children other than Parker. And, yeah, I don't want to spend my day cooking and cleaning like now. I clean when I feel like it. I cook when I feel like it. I wash the dishes when I feel like it. And that's the lifestyle I like. I like that. I like being able to do what I want to do because for so many years I did what everybody else required me to do or I had to do. I'm finally at a point where I can do what I want to do. Well, that's good, Peaches. I'm glad you would have. And I meet men, and the first thing they want to say to me is, "What you cooking? What you cooking?" That's my response. What are you cooking? Hmm. What you cleaning up? Because my thing is, your feelings gonna be hurt. You get with me, because you gonna look at me like, "What I'm cooking? Not a damn thing." What you cooking? You better go in there and hopefully there's some, and I don't usually buy lunch meat. Hopefully there's an egg or something in there that you can cook up. I did buy some Genoa salami and some provolone cheese tonight. So I can have something to eat, but I haven't eaten that yet. I mean, I think women have just changed for the better. I think that you can be whatever type of woman you want to be. If you want to be the cooker, the cleaner, and the candlestick maker, you can do that. But if you don't, you can do that too. And it should be okay. You make your own lunch meat? Okay. Now I gotta go to the bathroom. But hold that thought, Shoshana. I have never heard of anybody making their own lunch meat. You know what? I came back just in time because I wanted to know. I could understand how you took the meat, ground it all up, but I wasn't understanding how you pressed it together to make like a piece of lunch meat. Girl, Charlie just got him. He hit the jackpot when he got with you, didn't he? Because I can tell you right now, you gonna be lunch meat out if I gotta make it. But please do a video on that. That's very interesting to me. Then pressed and sealed it. You go head on, girl. What they say? Kudos to you on making the lunch meat. Because, yeah, Charlie would not have no damn lunch meat if I had to make it. He'd be shit out of luck. Bye, Parker. And I bet it tastes better than any lunch meat you can buy. And you know what's in it. Bye, Parker. I'm live, and you don't like being live. You gonna come tell everybody hello? Okay. Now, I tell you what. I would love to see Arabs and Tashana do a cooking segment together. Because they both have food that be looking good. Parker says, hi, auntie girlfriend. See, even Parker thinks of my sister as his beauty. Oh my gosh, he was so in love with my sister when she lived here with us while she was buying her home. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Y'all should cook together and then have some drinks at the same time. Yes, your Prince Parker has been wearing his Halloween sweater all month of October. Now that would be a cooking show. I would definitely watch the two of you cook together. What do you, oh my goodness, about your boyfriend over here going to sleep? Okay, so why is it that me and Martina was the only ones that said something about our worst date? I didn't see anybody else put in the chat about what was their worst date. Well, once he gets the bow tie, we'll take a picture of him in the bow tie. So who else wants to share with us what was their worst date? Okay, while y'all think about it, I'm going to do... Yeah, them blind dates that make you have to take one for the team, Tashana. Hi, Lisa. You know, we do a lot for our friends when we do one of them blind dates. Because they usually be the worst dates when a friend hooks us up or it's a blind date. Look at that, ain't a bad date. How is that a bad date, Peaches and Cream? You went dinner dancing and back to the, what's the G-U-J? What'd you say? His lips was crusty all night and I have a chapstick addiction. How you had to be home before dark? Prom don't even start until after dark. What y'all did? Just go to the venue, take a picture, and turn around and go back home? Granny. Well, you know, grandmas was usually from the old school. I'm gonna do this story time, and my sister would probably tell me off again. Oh, he couldn't find his wallet? Well, you know what? He'd be busting some suds because I would pay for me and I would not pay for him. Nikki, you still at work. You can't have a drink. And she had 13 kids. Oh, okay. And that's probably why she was stripped. My sister would tell me, now, see, my sister, Black Fuego, I want to say her real name. That's the problem. Now, that was my road dog. When I got out the military, we was always going someplace together. And usually she was going to get mad at me because I was usually going to get really drunk and she would be ready to go home and I would not be ready. I mean, we would be at the club and I would have taken my shoes off, put them on the table, and the people would be literally sweeping the floor or cleaning up the bar, and I would still be dancing. So, this one is just the funniest one to me. She went, well, probably right after I had my son, we went to a party. And see, I can't drink rum. and we went to a party. You remember that party we went to in somebody's trailer, Nikki? Oh, I'm sorry, Black Fuego. You know I've been drinking, and so that was the first thing I went to after I had my son. So I hadn't been drinking for a while, and so we went, and I drank that rum. Oh, I was so toe up and sick as a dog. And I started throwing up. She was so mad at me. I was throwing up out the window and it got on the side of her car. I was throwing up as soon as I got out the car. Ugh. Yeah, that's a bad date, Phil Hill. When the person wants to be with your friend, but you out with them. You know what, Nikki? I'm a lot like that. I'm a workaholic, but I have gotten to the point where I'm starting to take some of my weekends off. Hi, Lovecraft. Where you been? Okay, so this is like Super Bowl Sunday back in the day. Oh, girl. Yeah, Peaches and Cream, you sure did. He about as crazy as the guy with the scream mask. Okay, Black Fuego. Okay, so this was Super Bowl Sunday. My mom and her friends always had a Super Bowl party. And the thing was, with their Super Bowl parties, they always had like these different dishes they would bring. Like they had, I think that year one of her friends brought possum, like it was a cooked possum. They had stone stew, which is like pig feet, pig ears, and hog maws all cooked together down. It's actually pretty good. But they would have all these different type dishes, and they would get together and have this big Super Bowl party. Well, I was helping my mom, and so my sister went to a club, and so I told her, I was like, hey, don't worry about it. You can drink and party and have a good time. I'm going to be your designated driver. I'm going to be your designated driver, okay? So I'm halfway through with my mom's party. I think it might have been halftime. And I was like, I'm going to go ahead and I think she might have called me and said she was ready. I'm going to go ahead. Yes, a cooked possum girl. I'm in the South. And so I'm going to go to the club and pick her up. Well, thank you, Lovecraft. We're glad that you were able to join us. It is our first sip and slurp. I think I'm doing all the sipping and the slurping tonight. So I go down to pick her up. Well, the guy that owned the bar, he was a very nice older gentleman, and he was always buying drinks. And so he would be like, what you want? So my thing was I would drink tequila. So I was like, I want a shot of tequila. I don't know how many shots of tequila I had, but I know I was drinking prior to, not too much at my mom's party, but I got them shots of tequila, and girl was toe up. Now, I had said to my sister, I must have said I was cold or something, so she let me, was it a leather coat? I know she let me hold her coat. Yeah, Nikki, you can pick the drinks. And so I don't even know where she was. And this bar club was not that big, but it was lots of people in there. I got toe up, I think after about 3 or 4 shots. And so I was like, I'm going to go to the car and just, try to sleep some of it off or rest some of it. I think I was just thinking I'm going to rest some of it off. I don't know what happened from her giving me the coat inside the club and me going to the car, but somehow I lost the coat. And I was in the car, knocked out. Now she's inside the club looking for me. I don't even know when she found me. I don't know how long she was looking for me. And so, yeah, she was pissed. A blue MF for the next weekend. As long as it don't have no coconut in it, I'm okay. All I know is when she got to the car, she was mad and she was cussing me out. And I was telling her, I'm now drunk. I can't drive. So she got even more mad because I was supposed to be the designated driver. So she's intoxicated. She was like, I'm not driving. I'm not going to drive. She was adamant about the fact she wasn't going to drive. So I'm like, okay. So then when she said, where's the coat? I had no fucking clue. I don't even know where the coat is till this day. Somebody got a nice coat that night. So that pissed her off even more. So she gets in on the passenger side and we're on our way home. Now, at this time, we're living together. We're going down the street. I know I'm fucked up and I cannot drive. But she refuses to drive. And so somehow I ran up on the curb. At that time, I had a Ford Probe. I don't know if y'all heard of that car. It's kind of a sporty looking Ford car. But I had a Ford Probe. And I did not know. Why are you going to call me out in the chat, ma'am? So, I rolled up on the curb, and I did not know that that car had this safety type mechanism that if you do something like that, the car will automatically shut off so that the gas won't go to the engine if something happens, the car blow up or something like that. So, I rolled up on the curb, the car cuts off, so now I'm driving, the car has cut off, so I'm coasting. So I coast up into a place called Ace Glass. It's a place that, you know, you get mirrors, the glass for your car's house and all that. Alright, good night, Arabs. So we're sitting there. The car is cut off. I don't know what to do. I can't get the car to start. I'm fucked up. She's fucked up. She is now... I don't even think she could get even madder because, first of all, I done got drunk, supposed to be designated driver. I done lost her coat, and now I done rolled up on the curb, and we sitting in front of this place, and we can't get home. At this point, we were like, oh my gosh, I want to say, well, it was about 15 minutes from home. It was probably like, it might have been 20 minutes from home. It was some miles from home. We didn't want to try to walk it. So we're sitting there. I don't know what made these guys... I don't know if they were riding behind us and seeing what happened with the car. But this group of guys stopped. And they were in an SUV. I don't know. I'm going to say... What you think? It was about four guys in the SUV? I don't know. I was fucked up, y'all. I don't even know when they came up. All I know is these guys came up and they were like, hey, can we give you a ride home? So now, she's like, no. And I'm thinking, we can't get home. We need to get home. And at this time, there was not the cell phones and all that stuff. No Uber and all that crap like that. There's no way for us to even call a taxi. Who knew? It's Super Bowl Sunday. When were we probably going to get a ride? We might have had to walk. So I was like, yes, we want a ride. She's now really, really mad at me because she didn't want to get in there. And I'm like, girl, come on, get in here. We need a ride. Now, I'm so fucked up, I did not look at the people who wanted to give us a ride home. We get up in the SUV. And this is an old movie. But has anybody ever seen the old black movie Penitentiary? It's like from, what year did that movie come out? I had to be like 81, 80, or I graduated in 1980. It had to be like 1980. Yeah, 1980. So Tashana, you remember what they looked like in that movie, right? We get up in the SUV, and I now look around and look at the men who have decided they're going to give us a ride home, and we would ride with them. Oh my gosh, they were so scary. I was sitting there like, what the hell have I done? I'm thinking we are not going to make it home. They're going to rape us. They're going to kill us. But I cannot say that to her now, because she didn't want to get in there in the first place. So I done talked her into getting in here. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to kill us. They're going to kill us. They're going to kill us. Because they wasn't just, I mean, they were big and scary looking. So I didn't say anything to her, but I have to say this. Praise be to God. Those guys took us straight home and dropped us off. Okay, Martin, yeah. A Harvey Wallbanger. That reminds me of something that was in Bewitched. Oh my gosh, but you know what? They were the nicest guys. They took us straight home, dropped us. To Shauna, what'd you say? I'm a menace? And they dropped us off. I mean, yeah. I don't know who these guys are till this day, but I thank them for getting us off the side of the road. And yeah, we got home safely. She would tell you that, yeah, I got us in a lot of situations. And she would still go out with me, though. I guess because she's my sister. Oh, I ended up having to get the car. I had the people come to tow the car. And when they got it to the place, they were like, hey, there's nothing wrong with the car. It was a safety switch that went off. Yeah, I was a hot mess back in the day. I guess it's a good thing she was my baby sister, because I used to say she was my road dog. She would go places. Yeah, I did have 0 cents, even though I was the oldest. Girl, we probably would have, because it was funny. Because let's see, what are we? Almost 10 years apart? About 8 years apart? Somewhere in there. But people always thought that, all right, Nikki. Oh, you had 0 cents for hanging out with me? Well, I'm not. I'm not even going to make a comment on that. It could have been, yeah. But I would be always surprised that she would still go out with me. But she would. But I used to call her my road dog, because I tell you what, we have gone some places. And I would be the one. Now, I'm the oldest. Out of all the kids, I'm the oldest. It's me, the sister that comes in the chat sometimes from Michigan, then our brother, and then Black Fuego. Yeah, it was funny later. And so, people always thought that she was the wild one, or my other sister was the wild one. But I was actually the wild one. But during the day, I looked like the librarian, the school mom, and then at night, it was a totally different woman. But yeah. There were some days. Good days. It was very funny later, yeah. Later. Much later. Like there was a time, all of us were single parents. It's me, my sister, and two other women. One of our friends named Val. And we was all single parents. So we really couldn't afford, to go out all the time because we were single parents. And so we would go to each other's house and, hang out. So we would drink wine. What happened to my, what happened to my... Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what happened to my YouTube. On the TV, because that's where I'm reading the comments at. Yeah, I went to Disney. But anyway, it was like four of us that hung out together. One of us, she didn't have... I'm trying to think. Did Ann have kids? Or she just... I don't think Ann had kids. Or if she did... I don't think she had kids. But the other three of us did. So we would get together on like Friday or Saturday. And we would cook out for the kids. Or, make dinner for all the kids. And then they'd go to sleep. And we would drink afterwards. So we might drink wine. Depending on how our money was running. We would drink wine or liquor. Depending. You remember when you had those guys? I had never heard of a dating site. I'm trying to think. What kind of dating site was it that you had those two young guys? Where did you get them from? I missed that in the chat. Because my thing went out. Let's see what you're trying to say. I was getting ready to say the same thing. Did he have Tourette's? Okay, so it was like some ass thing Tori's cousin told you about, and call me Vista the phone like a chat. Okay. See, I knew nothing about chat lines. I forget chat lines and stuff was around for years, but I never thought about doing that kind of stuff. But lo and behold, even though I was the crazy one, Miss Ma'am was talking to two young guys on the chat line. And so it was one of those nights where us and the girls got together and the kids had already went to sleep. I think we was drinking cheap red rosé because our money was really low. When our money was low, we could buy a big old bottle like this of cheap red rosé wine and get toe up. I think the whole bottle was like $4.99, less than $5. So we get over there, and so we would do crazy. Now you can tell we were bored and we had nothing to do. It was four of us, so we would do shit like have dance-offs. And so my sister was very top-heavy, and Ann had a big butt. And they would be on one team, and me and Val felt like that wasn't fair because neither one of us was top heavy and neither one of us had big butts. So one night we was having a dance off, and my partner Val decided she was going to do a cartwheel and did it right into the stereo system. That shit was so funny. Oh my gosh. I can still laugh on that. But anyway, my sister's on this chat line thing, and so she invited these two guys over. Now, I'm thinking they were probably USC students, University of South Carolina. They were young Caucasian guys. They had to be like 19, 20 maybe. I don't know what they thought they were getting into, but when they got to the house and seen us older black women toe up doing crazy ass shit like dance offs, it was so funny. I think we scared the shit out of them. They probably telling this story now to their friends. And so we had, I don't know which one. I know me and Valerie probably said we wanted cigarettes. And so they said they would go get the cigarettes because we knew we had been drinking too much. So we gave them the money to go get the cigarettes. And we're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And they never came back. We finally were like, well, what the hell happened to them? We opened the door and they had left the money right there on the mat. And I guess they left. Oh, that shit was so funny. We scared those poor boys to death. I've had that happen where a guy be like, come back to my place, and it's not his place, and it's his mama's place. Yeah, they left. Remember, we were sitting there waiting for cigarettes, and they never came back. But they were nice enough. They left the money. Girl, Princess Diva, I could tell you some stories because I was one of those people that I'm going to do it at least once. I'm going to try it at least once to see whether I like it or not. I always lived on the edge. I was always doing something I had no business doing. Yeah. Am I the only one in the family that did that out of all the kids? I think Rod probably would be second on living on the edge. Yeah, she did that cartwheel into that stereo system. We were like, first we were like, are you okay? Then we fell out. I could not believe she did that. But we was trying to win. We didn't have a big chest or a big butt. So we figured, I guess she thought she could do some acrobatics and that would make us win the dance off. We have had some character friends over the years. If we had where you could videotape or be on YouTube back then, man, we'd been rolling in dough. We would have been rolling in dough. You ever go? Oh, so now that's funny to you that we didn't have a big chest. You know damn well we didn't have a big chest. Back then I was slim and Valerie had big legs but she had no chest. And her butt was flat. You knew that. You ever went to where they have like at the club? See, back in the day, clubs offered things to you to get you to come in. So there was a club downtown that they would have like seafood night. If you got there early enough, you got free crab legs, stuff like that, before, you know, everybody started to party. No, you had the biggest chest, ma'am. I know you're not saying you had no chest. You had no butt, but you had the biggest chest. So we went to this club downtown. I think it was about 4 of us. Me, my sister. I don't think Val went, but it was 2 other women. I liked the club because, you know, when it started kicking off, I love to dance. So, yeah. By that time, I done had my drinks. I'm primed. I'm ready to dance. So, you know, the guys ain't going to come till late. So we went, and they had seafood. Now, as a female, how many of you are going to eat the crab and you know you're going to be there for the rest of the night? And it's, you know what I'm saying? They got the seafood meal, but you're not going to eat that when you know you're going to be trying to meet a guy later on. Well, there was this one woman, I'm thinking, I don't know who invited her, but she was one of these bougie type girls. And so she came with us. I don't think I particularly cared for her. I can't remember whose friend she was. I want to say she was one of Jackie's friends. But we get down there, and she eating the damn crab. And then she drops the crab in her lap at the bar. And I'm thinking, ma'am, you're going to smell like crab for the rest of the night. Oh, my God. Not only did she smell like crab from eating the crab, but then she was drinking. And who knows that crab and seafood does not go with drinking. So she persists to drink, gets drunk, and now she's outside throwing up. And then we had to leave early. You remember that? Because she came to that birthday party we had at the apartment for me. Yes. Because she came to the birthday party and she was doing what was the deal with people doing cartwheels? She was doing cartwheels at the birthday party, and we was all trying to figure out who the hell invited her. Oh my God, I was so mad at her that night that we had to leave. Your ass is smelling like damn fish and you throwing up. I was so through with her. Good night, Tashana. Oh, it wasn't Jackie. Was her name Jackie too? Tell Charlie we said good night. Boy, I could think of a whole lot of bad dates and crazy outings. Oh, yeah, Jackie invited her. She did. I can't remember her name. She is quite bougie. I don't even know how her and Jackie were hanging out with each other. She was quite bougie. So, Martina, you grew up in a small town. Have you never, ever, ever been to a club, or you just didn't go to a club when you were younger? We have already established that tonight was going to be a night that I would probably be toe up because I have not had dinner. So, Martina, you have never, ever, ever, ever been to a club. Wow. Well, I've been to enough for both of us. I've been to clubs all around the world. Now, don't follow Lovecraft up. Don't follow Lovecraft up. She got in here late anyway. This is our first Sip and Slurp Saturday. So apparently I am starting it off with a bang. Apparently I'm going to need y'all to jump on board next Saturday for the Sip and Slurp. Nikki wants me to make a blue MF. I'm assuming that's a blue motherfucker. I have to see what the ingredients are. Hopefully it's vodka since I got 2 damn bottles of that. That's not true. That's not true because I think people should. I have gone to some awesome clubs with different types of things in them, and I mean, and it depends. If you're not a club person, then you didn't miss anything. But you know, I was the party hardy. I love the club atmosphere. I love dancing. Girl, I wish I had something to put in some hot pants in the summer. It was so funny when I was about 16. And this is what our parents thought was us doing something bad. We lived on a military base. And a military base, they have the housing is pretty much set up like townhouses. So you have a townhouse here. You know, everybody's connected. So the building that we were in, what we had? One, two, three, four. We had five townhouses that was upstairs, downstairs, and then we had one on each end that was just a single floor. But right off the end of the building, we had a bus stop, which they built the bus stop for us to catch the school bus. Well, it became the place that we hung out at. Do you know that parents thought that that was the worst thing? They literally would call the police on us because there were some people, the older ones, that would be hanging out at the bus stop like at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. They thought that we were like the rowdy, worst kids. And I'm thinking, we're hanging out at a freaking bus stop. We didn't even leave our neighborhood. We're right by our homes hanging out at the bus stop. But they thought that that was horrible. Like when you compare it to what kids did nowadays, the bus stop seems like kindergarten. And now I forgot what the hell I was talking about. Why was I why was I talking about the bus stop? I have no idea. Where was I going with that story? Can somebody help me out? We were talking about the club. Lovecraft, leave me alone. I don't even know where I was going. I was talking about the club. How the hell did I get from the club to the bus stop? I don't know. Okay, we're just going to put a pin in that conversation because I don't know what the hell I was talking about. I really don't. Yeah. Maybe I need to go back in the chat and see. Club, bus stop. Oh, thank you. Okay. Alright, so back in the day when I was 16, I was just like straight up. I had no chest, no butt, or nothing. And seeing that I'm talking about that, we had one brother and he had three sisters. He always wished he had had another brother growing up with him. So our brother would sell us for anything pretty much. He sold us for now-a-laters. Seriously. The older boys would tell him that they would give him now-a-laters and he would sell us to the older boys. So one day, I'm like, at that time I was actually 14. But I'm at the bus stop with people who were like 16 and 17. So they had already told me that they would look at me and they would be like, when you grow up, you're going to be fine. You got some nice looking legs now, but when you fill out, you're going to be fine. Well, at 14, I didn't want to hear that. So one day, I'm sitting at the bus stop. So one of the things that I could do, I could braid hair. So back in the day, the guys were still wearing the big old afros and getting their hair braided and stuff. So I would do that. That's one way that I was able to sit at the bus stop with the older kids because I could cornrow. So one day I'm sitting out there cornrolling this guy's hair. And it was actually an older guy. He was 17. Yeah, he was 17. That I liked. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I had a crush on him. So of course I would always cornrow his hair. Yeah, now-a-laters. Or it was either now-a-laters or Jolly Ranchers. One of the two. So here comes my brother running over the hill. And he had two strings tied in a knot, and on his back he had a Tampax box. And he was acting like he was a superhero. So now all the guys at the bus stop and the girls are looking at him like, what the hell? So they call him over and they're talking to him and they're falling out. They are rolling because my brother got this Tampax box on his back like it's a damn cape. And I'm telling him, go away, get away, goodbye, go, go home. And because he's so defiant, he wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna leave. And I'm just like, it's like each time he said he wasn't gonna leave, I felt like I was getting smaller and smaller because he's out there with this damn Tampax box on his back, and he doesn't even realize, because of course he's much younger than me, he doesn't understand what the box meant. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed that day. Oh, I thought I was gonna die out there at the bus stop and that I would never be able to go back out there again. Oh, he used to do some of the most embarrassing things to us. But I think that was the worst. That day he came running over the hill with that damn Tampax box strung up behind his back. I don't even know what made him do that day. Yeah. I'm glad you remember that because you was very young. But I was very much embarrassed. Just see, if I was 14, you had to be... You had to be 5 or 6. But yes, he would sell us for candy. Not Black Fuego because she was too young. But me and my other sister that was 2 years younger. Now mind you, she was 12 if I was 14. But he would sell us for candy. Yes, he did. He was a baby pimp. Oh, so there's my other sister. You told him that Kotex pads were Barbie doll beds. So that's why he's running over the hill embarrassing my ass at the bus stop. That's what I'm saying. Nobody talked about that in public. And here he is running over the hill with the shit tied to his damn back. That's my sister right underneath me, Mellow 2020. I think a lot of y'all know her. Oh my gosh. And of course the two of them didn't care. They didn't care because they wasn't at the bus stop. And Miss Mellow 2020, at that time, she kept a black book on me. Yes, she did. She kept a black book on me so that she could tell our mom what I did. Thank you, Lovecraft. Barbie doll beds. And that's why he was embarrassing me at the bus stop. So I'm going to blame her now that I know that that's the reason why he tied that damn Tampax box around his neck. I wonder if he remembered that. She didn't think it was so funny when he was selling her for candy. Remember how he used to sell us for, was it Jolly Ranchers or Now-a-Laters? Okay, what was he selling us for? Jolly Ranchers or Now-a-Laters? I know he was selling us for candy. Like I said, he was a baby pimp back then. The stories I could tell you guys. So I'm going to see who had the, yep, pimped out. Oh, where y'all been? Sandy and Chris. Yes, our brother pimped us out for candy. Yes, he did. He wasn't that good of a pimp. Who told that story when you visited? He told the story when you visited? Princess Diva. I could tell you some story. Okay, Lovecraft, you got jokes, huh? It was a Tampax box. It wasn't the Kotex, but it was a Tampax box. Oh, Sandy and Chris, y'all fine. So he thought that was in Florida. You know what, Lovecraft? I'm gonna send you to the doghouse tonight, ma'am. Oh, we did not tell that story, Miss Mellow 2020. How you just gonna jump in the chat and start talking about something that we did not tell the story on? Okay. Actually, I did start writing a book some years ago. My mom got mad. And actually, my son sent me a short story. I'm going to see if he don't mind if I put it on the community wall. It was very, very good. I have encouraged him to do a small selection and publish it on Amazon of short stories. Okay. Since Miss Black Fuego, no, Mellow 2020 wants to tell this story, and of course it's at the expense of me. That's why she want to tell the story. Okay, so mind you, she lives in Michigan, so she came down to visit the family. So they all came over to the apartment that I lived in, and we were on the back porch. I want to say, did we cook out that day? I know I cooked, so I don't know if we barbecued or whatever. But we were sitting on the back porch, and we was drinking wine. I was drinking my Reuniti. That's how long I've been drinking Reuniti. Because I'm thinking, my son was like 5 or, I want to say he was 5 or 6. Okay, so we're sitting out there drinking. Now, y'all know that Mello is a smoker, not really a big drinker. So the way that, and I actually ended up buying this building. It was a quadruplex, so it was an apartment downstairs, one above. So it was 4 apartments in one building. And there was a fence that, wooden fence that came along the side of the building that separated those apartments from another apartment complex. So we're sitting out there talking, so it's my mom and the 2 of them and me. So we can smell weed, the weed smell coming over the fence. So by this time, I done had a half a bottle of Lambrusco. So I'm like, hey, what y'all doing over there? What you smoking? Now, we never seen these people. We could just hear them talking, and they were smoking. And there was a hole, it was a wooden fence. So there was a hole in the fence. And so we were talking through the fence, so they stuck a joint through the fence. Okay, so Miss Mellow 2020, who was it that said don't smoke that? Was it you, Black Fuego? I think she might have said don't smoke that because we didn't know who they were. Okay, like I told y'all, I was always the one that would jump out there and do some crazy shit. So, and Mello already smoked. So, we took the joint. She took a couple of little puffs because she didn't know what might have been in it. Okay, Miss, I'm going to jump off the ledge. Oh, I'm just inhaling. I'm just, and wait a minute, and I'm the one that don't smoke. I'm the one that don't smoke weed really at all. So we give it back. Next thing I know, and I really think it was the weed and the Reuniti combined. All I know was that I was high as hell. And I don't do high well. Okay, wait a minute, Lovecraft. She was very well versed in this. It's not like she was some innocent woman here. She was a grown-ass woman. It don't matter. You knew what it was. So now I'm like high as hell and I'm tripping. So then I get Mellow 2020 talking about some, I told you not to take so many puffs. You didn't know what was in it. You blah, 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 blah. And now Black Fuego is like, well, y'all shouldn't have smoked it at all. And now, mind you, our mother is there. And so now she's tripping because she's trying to figure out why the hell I'm so high and what they done gave me, because the two of them are saying the stuff they're saying. I'm telling y'all, I was so freaking high. I wasn't on cloud 20 or 10. I was like on cloud 750 or some shit. I was so high, I was tripping. I was tripping so hard. So now, they decide because I'm fucked up, they're going to go home. And I'm like, they couldn't go home. So I start crying. I'm like, y'all going to leave me here and my son going to wake up and I'm going to be dead. You know, oh my gosh. I had a whole... If y'all ever see me high, you would know the difference. Me and marijuana just... We're not a match. We're just not a match. Never have been. So I am high as a kite. I'm crying because they're going to leave and my son's going to wake up and see me dead. So now they're trying to figure out what the hell these people done gave us because I'm so high. So now my mother, they were like, well, maybe they should call an ambulance or something. My mother is now tripping. Well, we can't call the ambulance because she's on drugs. It was just like a whole... It was a whole drama scene. So because I'm so high, Mellow 2020 says, let's put her in the shower. So now they put me in the damn shower with all my clothes on to try to bring me down. And then they put my wet ass in the bed. You put my wet ass in the bed, but I was still high. So then they still was trying to leave, and I was just like, no, no. So now everybody's kind of pissed because they want to go home, but I'm tripping so hard, they don't know if they should leave me because they're going to feel guilty if something happened to me. So I don't even know where they slept. I'm sure they slept on the floor because at that time, that's when I didn't have no furniture in the living room because I was like, I had this whole thing. I wasn't going to buy any furniture for the living room until I moved into my house. So apparently they slept out there. And, yeah, I woke up the next day because I'm here. And I'm okay. And they pretty much cussed me out. And everybody went home. Y'all stripped me down. It seemed like y'all put me in the bed with my clothes on. I might be wrong. But they did stay the night. My mother was seriously tripping because she thought she was going to go to jail because I don't know what she thought I took, cocaine, crack, I don't know. But yeah. So, are you happy now, Miss Mellow 2020? You got the story is out. Martina, if I had to go back, I could not have imagined that scene either. Hi, Joelle. I'm telling you, I don't know what the hell they had in that weed, but it was laced with something. I was so high, it was scary to me. But anytime, that's why I don't mess with weed. You don't never know if you're going to get a little high, a medium high, or a really big high. And see, back then, it wasn't all this stuff about, you know, all the stuff they got now. It was just homegrown. You got what you got. So, yeah. So, there you go, Mellow 2020. You want to throw any other stories out there about the stuff I did? Because before, I used to get Black Fuego in trouble. I got Mellow 2020 in trouble back in the day when we were teenagers in high school. Because she never went anywhere. And my mother would send her with me. My mother would send her with me hoping that I would not do wrong, which I thought that was the craziest shit ever because I was going to do whatever I wanted to do, whether she was with me or not. So yeah. Yeah. And then she never even wanted to go. That was the crazy part. She didn't want to go. Like I said, I was probably the wild child out of the four of us. Other than my brother, he probably came a close second. But yeah. But I have really mellowed. Y'all can see now, at 62, I have mellowed down quite a bit. I now just act crazy at home with y'all. But you hated that you got sent with me. I never knew why she thought that you could make me come home. Who is Joelle trying to talk to my sister? Tell my son, are you single? You didn't make me come home. I came home because it was time to come home. I still got in trouble. You didn't save me from getting in trouble. Yeah, I was just always one of those people that actually Black Fuego is the baby. Mello 2020 is 2 years younger than me. And I was the oldest. She never wanted to go with me because I'm a introvert extrovert. When I'm out there, I'm out there. But when I'm at home, I'm at home. She was always an introvert. Like, oh my gosh. I stayed in trouble. When I was like, 16, I stayed on restriction. Probably the whole year but I was 16. And she didn't mind staying at home. So, of course, I always got on restriction. Because that's what our parents mostly did. They would put you on restriction. My mother hated using restriction with her because it didn't bother her to be in the house. But it bothered me. I would be in the window with the screen looking out at everybody. And, of course, she'd be down there in the yard. And they'd be like, where's Deborah? Oh, she's on restriction. She loves saying that. She's on restriction. And so my mother, for some reason in her mind, thought, if I send her with her, she'll come home on time. She'll act the way she needs to act and do what she needs to do. No, it just meant both of us was going to get in trouble. And then she would be mad because she didn't want to go in the first place and she got in trouble with me. Yeah. I was wondering when my parents would ever figure out that I was just going to do what I wanted to do whenever, and I was willing to suffer the consequences. And I know that is the craziest thing to have a child that you have absolutely no control over, and they're willing to take whatever punishment you dish out. Thank goodness my son was not like me. But I knew if I had had a daughter, she was going to be just like me. Just like me. What'd you say? I wasn't always drinking, ma'am. Back then, I might have had a couple of beers and I was intoxicated. But you was always messing up a good time. Like that night we went to the party where Stefan was messing with the married lady. Now this is how crazy life was really in the 70s. Hi, I'm Beloved. Okay, well let's just say, Beloved, we're going to send your ass right back from where you came from. So we're going to scratch the screen and kick your ass out. How about that? The 70s was crazy. Because we had a friend that was, now mind you, we are teenagers. And when I say teenagers, were we even seniors? We might have been, no, I was in, we had to be seniors because we were in Germany when I was a junior. So we were seniors in high school, but I was 17, so I'm thinking he was probably 18 or whatever. But he was messing with a married woman who was married to a military man. Now, till this day, I'm just wondering if maybe this guy wasn't into women and maybe his wife was his beard and we just didn't know it back in the day. So he was messing with this lady. She was married and he wanted to have a party. So she literally gave teenagers. Now, mind you, she had no teenagers. She had 2 little girls, and her husband took the girls to an outing so she could have a party for teenagers because she was sleeping with a teenager. This is no lie. I could not even make this up. So we went, and I'm trying to figure out why our parents let us go. I don't even know where we said we was going. But me, Mello 2020 went, and there was some guy that I really, really liked. I was in the bathroom kissing him or whatever. We were drinking beer and all that. Next thing I know, the guy comes home. I don't even know if the husband knew that we were having a party. I think she talked him into taking the girls out. So everybody was like, the husband was coming home. I run upstairs because our friend was literally in the bed with the man's wife. So I run upstairs to let him know that the husband was there. It was a hot butt mess, but the guy didn't even really kick us out. We had to end the party, but we got home late, and Mello 2020 had already been whining and crying about we were supposed to be home like an hour ago, and now, we're late, and blah, 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 blah. So I had already taken the key to the sliding glass door, so I was just like, stop complaining. I got the key, we can get in, and Mom won't even know that we came in past curfew. Well, I had the key, and when I opened the glass door to go in, where was our mother? Laying right there on the couch, waiting for us to get in. Yeah, she was a bit livid. Her favorite thing for me at that time was nail your license to the wall, because she knew if she took my license I couldn't drive, and that really bothered me. So yeah. And Mello 2020, you didn't even get in trouble. I got in trouble for that one. Now that I speak all this out, I was a horrible teenager and a young woman. Yeah, it's a good thing I had a son. So I have to say, son, I'm sorry. You did not do half the things that your mama did. I was a hot mess. Yeah. So there you go, guys. And that's only that's probably just a fourth of some of this foolishness that I did back in the day. So it's a good thing I grew up and matured, isn't it? How come I don't see no comments? Where are my comments? What you got with the eyes, Black Fuego? Yeah, he definitely does. Or I probably would not be here. Oh, so I'm going to say I was a baby back then. Now if I did some of that stuff, I would be a straight up fool. Yeah, they just came back. I got some butt whippings. I got mostly restriction. My mom wasn't a big She spanked us when we were younger, but as we got older, restriction. I would have rather have gotten a butt whipping. I used to tell them, please just give me just spank me. Because I knew they could only beat you for so long. And then once the butt whipping was over, it was a done deal. I hated restriction. Because my stepfather was going to give you 2 weeks right off the rip. So that meant 2 weeks I was going to have to be in the house. I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't do nothing. Oh, just go ahead and spank me. Yeah, but... yeah. Oh, I was a horrible young lady now that I think about it. I feel so bad for my parents. I might have to call them and apologize. Because I was really, really bad. And I don't need anything from the Peanut Gallery, Black Fuego, and Mellow 2020. I'm sure you guys would chime in. Where is my chat? What is my chat? Why are you shaking your head? You wasn't so innocent, ma'am. Don't get the people thinking that you were so innocent. Because she was not. She got away. Oh, you need some heart-healthy snack suggestions for the hubby. How about some vegetables? I mean, you know, I like carrots, celery, broccoli, cauliflower, cucumbers, and some ranch dressing. I don't know if Dez is going to like that. But, you know, they have the sun chips, if he's into chips. The sun chips with Sausalito, I think it is. Those are probably the best. He could do popcorn, or he could do nuts, if you like, you know, almonds, pecans, walnuts, whatever. And you can put those to take to work. You just put them in a Ziploc bag, and that's part of his lunch. Okay, we'll do the veggies. And then you can buy the little ranch cups. They come like that. You can buy the little ranch cups. And they can go in his lunch, and he can use that as his dip or whatever. And you can buy popcorn, or you can get popcorn, pop it, put it in a Ziploc bag. I think that's something else. Boiled eggs could be a snack. I don't know if he do rice cakes and stuff like that. I was gonna say, I don't know if how healthy he will go. I can see him now looking at a bag of kale chips and was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. But it depends on how healthy he's willing to go. And yeah, thank you, Princess Diva. Yogurt. Okay, ma'am, you can make some damn ranch dressing then. Okay? Martina, good night. Thank you for hanging as long as you did. Thank you. You know I love you. Thank you, Martina. We'll make some ranch dressing. Or make a dressing. It don't have to be ranch. Good night, good day, Sandy and Chris. Thank you, Lovecraft. What time is it? It's almost midnight here on the East Coast. Alright, good people. We've been over 3 hours. I think I did pretty good for our first sip and slurp and drinking, making the lemon drop martinis. I think I did pretty good. Thank you. Fruit is always good. You can do fruit. Fruit is always a good one. Fruit and vegetables. And nuts. I mean, anything that's naturally grown. And I didn't get as intoxicated as I thought. Okay, so if it's 8:50 where you're at, 11, 10, 9, you must be in California. You must be in Cali. What part of California are you in? Alright, Mello and Fuego. We could talk if y'all want to. I'm getting ready to get off the live, but we could, you know. Yeah. Most of the time you're going to do fruit and vegetables and you know, nuts. Ooh. Mello and Black Fuego, if y'all want to talk, I'm getting ready to get off the live. Alright, guys. Good night. Thank you for an awesome first Sip and Slurp Saturday. And I think Nikki is gone now. But I'm going to look up the ingredients for a blue MF. And that might be our drink for next Saturday. So you guys get prepared for our Sip and Slurp. You can drink whatever you want. It could be water. And yeah, and meet me here next Saturday. Same time, same place, same bat time as they used to say. Yeah, I figured you was on the West Coast. Thank you, Lovecraft. I didn't say tell Martin thank you for being such a great mod, and thank Arabs for being in the chat and being a good mod. She had plans for tonight. I need to get like Arabs and get some damn plans. I've been spending my Fridays and Saturdays with y'all. Please thumbs up. And if you are in the bushes and have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you to all the new members. Love you, love you, love you. And thank you to the people who are Parker Posse, puppies, and adults who are members for the channel. Thank you so much. And anybody that might have sent a, not the cash app, but a super chat or anything like that tonight, thank you. And I'm going to say good night, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.